Have you ever said these types of things to yourself? I've lost my confidence. I have zero motivation. I can't get out of bed. I have no dopamine. I'm frightened and crippled. I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like the universe is working totally against me and everything I do goes wrong. And I always end up back at square one again and everybody else seems to be getting on with their life. This is exactly what brainwashing is and how it works. If you get someone to do something over and over and over again, they will develop a belief system of why what they're doing is important. During the Korean War, they would get prisoners to write letters of why America was a terrible place, and after a period of time they would develop a belief of why what they were saying was true. And they also knew that the prisoners wouldn't believe it at the beginning, but they also knew that if they kept getting them to do this over and over again and deprived them from sleep and get them to keep writing this statement and talking about it, their brain would develop a safety and protection mechanism that will develop reasons why what they're doing is good, and eventually it will become a protection system for them. In traditional psychology, they call this cognitive dissonance. We don't like the dissonance, so what we have to do is we have to try and resolve it. If you keep telling yourself negative things, you'll start to believe them. And the best way to start resolving this negative inner dialogue is start pushing yourself to turn these negative thoughts around, the negative affirmations around, and turn them into positive affirmations instead of negative ones. For example, I am motivated instead of I've lost my motivation. Or instead of saying I'm frightened, start saying I'm not frightened of anything. And instead of saying I feel like the universe is working against me, say the universe is working for me. This will definitely feel unfamiliar at the beginning. I know what people are thinking, it's not that easy, but again, just like brainwashing, saying this enough times, you'll start to believe it. And you will develop a belief system of why what you're saying is important. And the good news is, if you feel uncomfortable and unfamiliar while you're doing this, it just means change is happening. And that means that you can start feeling good about being able to feel uncomfortable, knowing that you're changing in a more positive way. So as best you can, just keep pushing yourself to reframing everything that you say in a positive way. You don't have to do it, it's an option. If you do it, it will feel unfamiliar at the beginning. And after a while, you'll start brainwashing yourself. You'll start to come up with reasons why you're doing what you're doing is true. And even if someone asks you why you're saying that, you'll give them evidence of why you're saying it. Give it a try. You've got nothing to lose. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll do another video on this particular subject if this is something that you're interested in.